Hello, welcome to CITAM ChurchOnline right here, the Anchored Man. Good to have you again as we continue our discussion on our mental health during this post-election period. And what an amazing conversation we had in our last episode. And again today, I'm pleased to have our friend, the MBA.
Thank you.
Karibu sana.
Asante. I'm sure people are wondering, what is this MBA? It's Men and Boys Ambassador.
Kona mtetezi. That's why today I'm speaking with boldness.
Thank you.
And we've just been having a conversation about where we are at emotionally and mentally post the election. And one of the words that I think can describe this season for me is uncertainty. And we are in this space where we do not know how things will turn. We don't know what happens to us tomorrow. We don't know what news we'll wake up to. And as you shared in the previous video, how do we go about it? How does a mother who is not so sure when they'll be asked to go back to school to pick their child, a businessman who's not sure when to bring in new stock, and all those people surrounded in those uncertainties, what would you say to them?
I think we just need to, number one, understand ourselves and our levels of anxieties, because it really speaks a lot to how we respond to situations and to issues. Then once we understand our levels, then we are able to also, a businessman would look at the risks that are connected to the business and do some risk mitigation or risk management. Logically speaking, for a business, you don't want to burn your fingers, or you don't want to put in money and then you go into losses. But yes, we can still do management of the situation and still make profit even within this period as business people. Then the other person is the parent. The parent is thinking, this child might be sent home again. This year, I'm a parent. We've had a lot of picking children from school and back and go. It's just been, I'm a normal Kenyan, I feel it.
Yes.
And for me, I think for a parent, we just need to look at it from a positive point. Because if something happens, like when we were told to pick our kids on the 3rd, on the 4th, the first thing was, no, surely, how? They just went to school. But the reality is that the government is also doing risk management. If anything happens during this period, what will happen to my child? So it is only positive for us to work along these uncommon seasons and uncommon times and be prepared for any eventuality. And also be ready to talk to our children and explain to them that this is what is happening in our nation, and this is a process that is happening in our nation. We have to go through this process, and therefore for that reason, we have to go through this. So yes, it is uncomfortable, but let's go through it anyway, so that we all manage our expectations and we all manage our anxiety levels. The other thing is, when you're looking at social media, when you're looking at news, I know people are seriously anxious. I think take some social media breaks. Take some social media breaks. Take some news breaks. Just decide. If maybe reading is easier for me to digest and I will not feel too agitated, then I would rather read a newspaper during this time than go to social media and get things when they're still hot. And I have all these. I want also to become a keyboardist. And become a warrior. So we are also preventing and helping ourselves to also manage our levels of anxiety. I have a friend who told me after this thing was announced, I have not watched news for a whole week. So because he was hurt, he was wounded, he was feeling that his presidential candidate did not go through. Another person said, I'm okay, I'm happy, I'm fine. We've made it. We've made it. and you can feel how all this, it's like a seesaw. You go to this person, you're down. You go to this other one, you're up there. So all these are happening to us as human beings. We understand that we can get really anxious about situations, and we just manage our anxieties. Number one, breathe in and breathe out, and do it severally. Number two, understand what is this that is causing me anxiety. How can I control that which is causing anxiety in my system and start working on it. And when it is too much, look for someone who's responsible and get support. All
right. Asante sana. And in your parting shot, I know there's a court going on in the there's a case in the courts And some people feel like they've been handed a lifeline. What do you say to them as they anticipate this judgment? What should their state of mind be, just in parting?
I think let's take the two sides of the coin. If you throw a coin up, you'll either get the heads or the tails.
All right. Okay.
Let's be prepared for either heads or tails. Okay. And here I'm not speaking because I am on any side of the coin, but I'm just saying, as a normal Kenyan who is full of anxiety, just like anyone else, let us expect a positive or a negative, depending on which side you're coming from. And then that way we'll be able to manage issues beyond.
Awesome.
Yeah, but
Expect
keep peace,
side of the coin,
and be gracious when you're speaking.
Thank you.
Let's be gracious when we are saying whatever we are saying, when we are talking whatever we are talking, when we are communicating to people, when we are posting on social media. We need to be very gracious to one another.
Awesome. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, anchored men. Thank you. And please, as the MBA is saying, please exercise some sense of responsibility on your social media. You actually don't have to write everything you think on social media. And it gives you a lot of peace when you're able to exercise restraint, because you know your words are not hurting anybody. Thank you for watching. See you in our next episode. God bless you.